When Kuro fixes one thing, something else is up. We're here again in Kuro's spaghetti code, and we are talking about a pretty serious issue today where every single time they put out the flames, another one pops up somewhere else. So in case you don't know, let me catch you up to speed. So there was a new weapon banner, okay? And the new weapon banner was for Gian. All right, now this is the weapon, Absolute Pulsation. And don't worry, this issue only affects JP. So to all of our Japanese homies who took the fall for us, hey, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate that. So pretty much what happened was in Japan, well, let me show you what this does first. Is there a way to pull up the weapon here to show what it does? So this is how the weapon reads in English. Attack, crit damage, swordsman increase the damage bonus of all resonance attributes by 12%. Every time intro or resonance liberation is cast, increases heavy attack damage bonus by 24%, stacking up to 2 times. Now, this is fine, okay? But what happened is in Japanese, it read like this. Swordsman increases the damage bonus of all resonance attributes by 12%. Every time intro skill or resonance skill is cast, increase heavy attack damage bonus by 24%, stacking up to 2 times. Now, why is that a big deal? Okay, because one of them is an ultimate, one of them is a skill. Now, you might be wondering, okay, well, what does it matter? Gian can only use his E once, he can only use his Resonance Liberation once, right? The problem is that people were pulling for Calcharo because Calcharo does not have one resonance skill. He has 1, 2, 3. So people thought they could abuse the shit out of this weapon with Sephiroth, okay? Unfortunately, that is not what happened. A lot of people ended up pulling for this weapon only to be deceived and realize that there was a translation error. Now, they fixed the text and they sent out compensation. If you guys checked your mailbox lately, I believe we either got 160 to 320 asterite globally, I believe. But the problem was that wasn't enough. And I even said that it wasn't enough. I even spoke about this on my Clips channel, More Tectone, if you guys have ever seen it. Probably linked in the pinned comment, as it usually is. And I said it wasn't enough. And what I recommended them do was them find out every single person who spent money on the weapon banner by tracking it in-game, because you can track in-game, compensate them for what they did, and offer a refund for the weapon that they bought. And that is exactly what they did. And at first, I thought that was a massive W. An absolute massive W. Rewarded the players justly, even gave other servers Asterite as an apology for what happened on JP, and I thought everything was fine, right? But the problem was in pursuit of one of their biggest W's as well, because the one thing that I do appreciate about Kuro Games is that when a fire is happening, they put it out nearly 24 hours later. But unfortunately, what happened later got a little bit messy. So what happened was, and I have a full information, and I already cross-checked it, and I can confirm all this, unless I'm being lied to on all fronts. So I guess you can still take this with a grain of salt if you want. This is on Wuthering Waves, which I do genuinely think is pretty reliable. If it was on Gotcha Gaming, I would take this with a massive grain of salt, but Wuthering Waves has been pretty good so far on keeping it truthfully. And the other thing that's really important here is that this server is moderated by the official Wuthering Waves staff themselves, and they're still keeping this up and not trying to hide it. And I think that's very good that a company doesn't try to hide their fuck-ups. Very, 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 very respectable. Still, really fucked up what happened. Details of individual handling for JP Weapon Gotcha. False advertisement revealed. No compensation and users directed to take it up with their payment platform. Background. For background, the JP Weapon Gotcha description was wrong, leading to false advertisement to show the weapon is stronger than it actually was, which I explained what it is. Kuro responded with sending 160 Gotcha currency at first. Then they saw the outcry. They said they would handle the compensation on an individual basis, as I filled you in earlier. Users entered their emails into a form individual commented that Kuro provided. Today, Kuro leaked the emails of those who applied through that form, which is very not good. That is very, 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 very not good. Now, if it was only leaking the emails, I will be real. That's really not that big of a deal. It's really not. If it leaked their emails and passwords, that would be a horrific deal. Because when you leak your email, all you gotta do is change your password. Nothing can happen, you're good to go. But what I've been told is that they leaked their email and their phone numbers. I have not seen anywhere where their phone numbers have been leaked. I have never seen that. I'm letting you know, take that with a massive grain of salt. I have never seen where their phone numbers were leaked, because the only thing that I'm seeing is emails. There's no proof of phone numbers. Me personally, I can't read Japanese. I don't know what the fuck this says. I know this leaked emails. I'll be real, that's really not that big of a deal. It really can pretty much do fucking nothing to you. Just change your passwords and you're good to go. I'll be real, I've leaked my email. I post that shit on public platforms. It's really not that fucking big of a deal. Phone numbers and passwords would be a huge deal though. This just looks like an email chain. Where is your phone number and your email address? Only email, no proof of phone number. Okay, they can brute force logins with email. What the fuck do you mean? Well, your emails usually have a failsafe to where if you are attempting to log into the email enough times, it'll just lock you out, right? And then if you get the lockout, then the only person who can break it with two-factor, like, do you not have two-factor authentication? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have two-factor, right? They legit just can't do that. If you don't have two-factor authentication, well, you're just a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have two-factor, you're just dumb. So I don't know what year you're living in, but yeah, I mean, it's annoying, but it ain't really the end of the world. And that's the thing that I kind of wanted to say, is that it's really not the end of the world. It sucks. But like, if emails, social security numbers, phone numbers, like if the passwords, phone numbers, social security numbers were leaked, that'd be fucking terrible. But an email, it really is what it is. You know, I mean, you try to fucking log into an email and you're wrong, you're fucked. I mean, come on, just put 2FA on there. Bro, your life early something? Yeah, I know. You forget people are dumb? No, I mean, sure, people are dumb, but I'm just keeping it a buck. Some people have phones tied to their email. So on platforms like Outlook, you can see it there, including name, phone number, email, at least back when I worked at a law firm. I have no idea about that. Now, that's if they are to get into the email, yes, then they could probably see the phone number for sure. But just have 2FA on. You know, I mean, it's 2020. If you don't have 2FA on your email now, lock that shit the fuck up. You should be 2FAing every single thing that you have. That's why I don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't fucking worry about it. I mean, dude, if you want my email, you can just go pull it up on my YouTube, right? So let's continue going on here real quick. So here's the part where it really gets bad. Okay, because people were saying that the email leak is bad. It's really not that big of a deal. It still sucks. Obviously, that's an invasion of privacy. Really not that big of a deal. But what is a big deal is the next part. Kuro basically sent an email saying, if you want a refund, take it up with your payment provider. In the case of a refund, we will deduct the equivalent amount of premium currency from your account. When asked as a follow-up if they would return the first time 2x bonus, the CS representative said no, so users would have to pay 2x to make up the amount of premium currency to lose with the refund. Of course, you don't need Kuro's permission to get a refund through the App Store, etc., and players were already doing that before the individual handling was already announced. However, if their premium currency stays negative, they will be banned. This image of the response to a player submitted by the App Store refund went viral in Japan. I cannot read that. There's an in-game message from Kuro saying in unnatural Japanese that players' account has gone to negative 750 currency and they must go back to positive or be banned. The message uses the phrase, I don't know what that means, which became a meme in JPW community because it's extremely unprofessional and sounds like a gangster demanding money. Equivalent to something like, you better pay or we're banning your account. That's insane, bro. You better pay or we kill your family. Not something official company correspondent should have said. In summary, the individual compensation for the false advertisement actually did nothing for the affected players other than leaking their private information. Yeah, if this is 100% true, that's really fucking bad. And it's a shame. It really is a shame. But yeah, I mean, hopefully nobody gets banned and they didn't get a refund. We have responded to your inquiry regarding compensation for the mistranslation in Narushio. The conclusion was that you can get a refund, but we will deduct the lunar phase transit. Naturally, since I had purchased 2x the initial amount, I was told that I would have to pay double the purchase to make the negative balance zero. Finn. So if what I'm understanding is correct, that you pay $100, you get the double bonus, which should be around 13,960. But then when they refund you for the $100, it counts as the single pack. So they only give you back 6,480. And so now you're still fucked out of 6,480 gems. Oh, 12. No, it should be, oh yeah, 12,000. Yeah, I don't know, man. It really sucks. And I'm taking this shit with a massive grain of salt because it is in Japanese and there could be issues with translating. But if this is all true, it's really not a good look. It does suck that I don't speak Chinese and Japanese, so I can't directly translate this shit for you guys. But yeah, it's really not a good look. Everyone also got an email with every player email. That is not good at all. That is not good at all. So what I'm recommending to you guys is, while Kuro Games kind of figures things out, why don't we just be a little bit careful with what we're doing with our purchases and look to twitch.tv/Tectone before you buy anything in case you need assistance, in case you don't want to fuck yourself. Why don't we all just be careful? Clearly, they're still figuring shit the fuck out. So let's just be a little bit careful. Thankfully, I'm free to play, so we're all good. But if I got fucked out of my shit, I would be furious. But that's just me.